Do you think you're out of time to transform your physique before the year's up? Not even close. Today, I'm breaking down and I'm ranking 5 muscle building secrets that will help you pack on 10 pounds of muscle before the end of 2025, so you can get lean without the gym bro routine. Now, we're going to dive into Alex Hormozi's insane gains, but we're breaking down each take as we go, so we know actually what's worth implementing. Category 1, muscle must-haves. Essential for packing on that 10 pounds. Category 2, that extra edge. It definitely makes a difference, but it's not game-changing. And Category 3, the no gains zone. Useless gym bro noise, total BS. So Alex gained 35 pounds in 6 weeks. Yep, you heard that right. How did he manage that?
I train 6 times a day and gain an insane amount of weight and strength.
Yep, 6 sessions a day. And it took Alex from this to this. Wild, right? So, what's the plan, Alex?
The absurdly high volume training plan. For the entire 6 weeks, Alex and his friends would train in a rhythm of 3 days on and 1 day off. It's an insanely high volume plan. Just for chest alone, they were doing over 50 sets per week.
Alex went all in on a high volume approach, cranking out more than 50 sets per week per muscle group, and each session 3 hours long. And as he put it, soul wrenching. He felt hungover from the sheer volume. Now, sure, people will scream about chemical enhancements, and maybe there is some truth there, but there's real science backing the power of training volume. In one study, researchers took regular guys, and over time they bumped their sets from 22 sets per week to 52 sets per week, just like Alex. And guess what they found? More volume equals more gains. Yes, the gains did slow down with each additional set, but muscle growth kept increasing. It didn't stop, and that is no joke when it comes to muscle growth progress. So how can you use this to build serious muscle before the end of 2024? With my clients, I use volume specialization phases. For 6 weeks, we laser focus on 1 to 2 muscle groups. Starts with, say, stubborn biceps and lateral delts, and we'll ramp up from 10 sets per week to 15 to 20, all the way up to 35 sets per week in week 6. But here's the trick. You must keep in your normal sessions. And to maximize muscle growth, you spread your volume specialization sets throughout the day, not in one big long session. This way, we're not slogging through 3-hour long sessions that are just full of junk volume that doesn't actually stimulate change. Instead, we actually stay fresh for each specialization set. So keep a pair of dumbbells at home, and when you hit week 6 with those 35 sets, simply break it down to 7 sets 5 days per week. It is intense, but it's manageable for just 6 weeks. This super high volume training, it's not some magic more work equals more results that last forever. But in a 6-week window, this approach is essential if you're trying to maximize muscle gain. So this one, it goes straight into the muscle must-have section. Alright, now we've got Magnus and Peter Attia breaking down the smartest way to eat our protein. Let's start with Magnus, as he's the celebrity trainer here, with stars like Ben Affleck, James McAvoy, and Alexander Skarsgård in his roster.
Big believer in high protein in the morning.
So obviously we all know protein is absolutely crucial for building muscle, but this protein game, it's got rather complicated. A lot of my clients that work out in the morning ask me, do I need protein in the morning before my workout? Or should I eat slow digesting protein before I go to bed? Or do I need to eat protein right after the workout in that anabolic window? Now, here's what Peter Attia has got to say about that.
If you have 100 units of response in you, the timing of your meal might not impact the total amount of response. It just determines when that response occurs.
Translation, it's not about what you eat. It's just about hitting your daily protein target. And here's why. This study shows us it's fine to eat 100 grams of protein in one serving, and you get the same muscle growth response as if you spread it all through the day. Let's break it down with some numbers. You're sticking to the classic gym bro code of 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight per day. Perfect. That covers us for maximum muscle protein synthesis. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you're aiming for 200 grams of protein. And whether you get that with 2 big meals with 100 grams in each, or 10 smaller 20-gram protein meals, it doesn't matter. Your body will just steadily release those essential amino acids over that 24-hour period. This approach, it keeps things super simple. Forget cramming in 6 eggs for breakfast, or stressing over meal prepped chicken at lunch. You could work out in the morning, fast until the evening, and still see the exact same results. No problems, just set your protein goal, and just hit it every day to keep your body in continuous anabolism. And just let your body take care of the rest. It's got you. And if you want more awesome insights like this to transform your body without that gym bro noise, I've got you covered. Grab my free do-it-yourself program linked below. 60 ways in 60 days to get lean without the gym bro routine. Or if you're ready to guarantee your results and work with me one-to-one, just go to my website below. After years of being told to chug protein shakes after workouts, we're finally breaking free. So protein timing is officially going into the no gain zone. Now we've got Brian Johnson, the internet's favorite biohacker guinea pig, and his muscle building secret?
Eating food too late.
But hang on a second. We've all heard that foods like cheese and bananas contain tryptophan, the precursor to serotonin, which itself leads to melatonin production. So of course we want to eat our cheese in the evening to boost our melatonin production and maximize beauty sleep. So what's the deal, Brian?
Several bad things happen. One is your body has to spin up all kinds of metabolic activity to address this food it must digest. That's challenging. You have a blood glucose spike when that happens, and then once you have that, it drops, so you have this blood glucose fluctuation. You also have a disruption of melatonin production, where your body says, I want to get ready for bed, and now that's off the rails.
Turns out, eating at night, it messes with our sleep in a big way. It's like flipping on the body's activation switch, setting our metabolism into overdrive, which disrupts our deep restorative sleep. And muscle growth and muscle repair mainly happen during this deep sleep, because this is when growth hormone peaks, triggering protein synthesis and muscle repair, which is critical for muscle growth. So disrupt deep sleep and building that 10 pounds, it just got a lot harder. So what does Brian do to maximize his deep sleep?
And I found that my best time of day was 11:30 a.m. of my final meal. Now you may say that's crazy.
So Brian finishes his last meal early. But 11:30 a.m. Brian, that is extreme, even for you. But here's the takeaway. Heavy, slow digesting food in the evening can be a major disruptor to that slow wave deep sleep. And for most of us, we need 1 to 2 hours of deep sleep in a full night of 7 to 9 hours. So here are my top 3 strategies for a better night of deep sleep to maximize growth hormone release and muscle growth. 1. Keep it light at night. Do not overcomplicate this by stressing over the digestive impact of every single food. Just keep your portions smaller. That is the simplest, surefire way to speed up digestion. But if you're going to keep evening portions smaller, make sure you're following number 2 closely. 2. Front load protein. Just make sure you get the bulk of your protein earlier in the day. 1, so you don't miss your daily target. And 2, so your body has time to digest it and be primed for recovery by the time your head hits the pillow. And finally, number 3, have a kitchen closed time. Set a time to stop eating that works for you. Ideally, wrapping up your last meal at least 3 hours before bed. By timing your meals for better deep sleep, you're setting up your body for optimal muscle repair. But you cannot just sleep your way to 10 pounds of muscle. So this is landing solidly in the extra edge tier. And if you're new here, my name is Tim. I'm a food scientist and personal trainer, now based in Austin, Texas. I specialize in helping guys hit 10% body fat without letting fitness take over their life. So subscribe for more, or if you're interested in one-to-one coaching from me, go to my website. Now we've got Mike Israetel, and he's packed on a lot more than 10 pounds of muscle in his life. So you know he's got some valuable insights to share.
A big modulator of that ability to recover is the degree of psychological fatigue that you have. Psychological and physiological fatigue mix and affect each other into total fatigue.
I bet you didn't expect Mike to switch from body to mind, did you? But this is so often overlooked. If your partner is on at you about the trash again, Amy, I'll take it out after this video. Or if your boss is suddenly making that end of year project your problem. This stress, it impacts your physical recovery massively. So how do you optimize recovery to pack on that 10 pounds of muscle?
At least an hour every day. It takes all the psychological fatigue, and you're gonna have some, no matter how easy your life is, and zaps it so far down that it creates the environment for you where now your physiological healing mechanisms they have a crapload of breathing room to really work as well as they could.
So Mike's main point here, stress does not just live in your head. It spills over into your body and holds back recovery, limiting your gains. So if we're aiming to build 10 pounds of muscle, we need to get serious about managing both kinds of fatigue. And here's how we do it. First off, that 1 hour guideline that Mike suggests is the perfect starting point. 1, place that 1 hour of relaxation before bed. This way it's realistic even if you've got kids. And it's not about slacking off or ditching your plan. It's about maximizing your muscle growth potential. So do not brush it aside, it's part of the process. 2, psychologically unwind. Knowing that you're done for the day is key. Do not dive into new tasks or obsess over what you didn't finish. Shift your mind out of problem-solving mode and into storytelling mode. And 3, to do this, choose your method. Just watch some trashy TV, or get lost in a documentary, or just have a chat with someone. It does not matter, whatever works for you to get your brain out of problem-solving mode. My wife and I go from some trashy, mind-numbing, hilarious Love is Blind or Bake Off, and then split off, where she goes to murder mysteries and I'm on Vikings. Now, plenty of super stressed people, they still make gains, but that is in spite of their stress. So reducing psychological stress to optimize gains is definitely valuable, but it's going into the extra edge tier. Now it's my turn, and this one's a good one. Should you train like the bros on International Chest Day, or go full CrossFits with a daily full body grind? Here's the deal. Muscle protein synthesis, it does not last forever. Right after you train, muscle protein synthesis, it spikes, which is the signal your body needs to start building muscle. But get this, it only lasts for 24 hours if you're used to working out. And if you're new, you'll get more time, around 48 hours. So if your muscles only get a growth signal for 24 to 48 hours, waiting 7 days to hit the same muscle group again, it's like leaving 5 to 6 days of muscle gains on the table. I had a client hooked on the Dorian Yates 1 muscle group per week routine, and he was frustrated by his lack of gains. So I told him, look, you're grinding hard, but you're only giving your chest 1 growth signal per week. So we just simply switched to 3 times per week, and boom, results kicked in big. So want to maximize muscle growth and hit that 10 pounds too? You know it, that's where the micro workout challenges come in. So for our 10 pounds of muscle growth protocol, here's the plan. Option 1, 3 30-minute full body sessions with 4 rest days per week. Or option 2, 15-minute alternating upper lower sessions 6 days per week. Or do a 15-minute upper body session in the morning and a 15-minute lower body session in the evening 3 days per week. Or option 3, 15-minute alternating push-pull sessions 6 days a week, which includes lower body each day. Or a 15-minute push session in the morning and a 15-minute pull session in the evening 3 days per week. And this is one of the ways I help clients build muscle without spending hours in the gym. So if you want an example, grab that free do-it-yourself program below. This is a total game changer for results. Keeping that frequent muscle growth signal going is essential. So this one is going straight into the muscle must-haves tier. Now, where would you rate it? And for more coaching tips, watch my video here.